Andrew Tate says he's worth over $700 million. That's more than Mike Tyson's career money and more than the GDP of some small countries. And yet, Romanian prosecutors only found about $12 million when they froze his accounts. 700. Not 1,200, not 12 billion, 12 million. So, where is the rest? Is he hiding it? Did he lie? Is it in crypto wallets? Or, as the internet loves to suggest, was it never really there to begin with? Because Andrew Tate might be the only guy on the internet who claims to own multiple casinos, a private army, and a fleet of supercars, but somehow still doesn't have a single business anyone can verify. And the deeper you look, the weirder it gets. You might think you know Andrew Tate. Bald guy, British accent, says wild things about women, drives a Bugatti, calls himself Top G, lives between Dubai, Romania, and the Matrix. But here's the thing. Before Hustlers University, before the Twitter bans, before he became the most Googled man on earth, he was already rich, already driving Ferraris, and already renting penthouses. So where did that money come from? His kickboxing career? Well, kickboxers make less than regional managers at Chick-fil-A, and Tate wasn't even the best paid one. So, again, and you'll hear this question a lot, where's the money coming from? Because before he ever went viral for yelling, "Escape the Matrix!" he was already living like a guy who made more than Prima Pablo Escobar. And we're going to break it all down, but first, we need to go back to the beginning. Andrew Tate was born in Washington, D.C., raised in the UK, and trained in kickboxing under his father's roof. His dad, a chess master, which, let's be honest, sounds cool until you realize chess doesn't exactly pay like Wall Street. There's no Netflix documentary called The Queen's Lambo, so Andrew and his brother Tristan, they don't come from wealth. That much we know. He started kickboxing seriously in his teens, eventually becoming a 4-time world champion. But again, even the best kickboxers in the world don't get Ferraris. They get frequent flyer miles and sore jaws. And here's where things start to go foggy. Because around the time Tate started winning in the ring, he also started posting photos with designer watches, flying Ryanair less and private jets more, and somehow owning more suits than Harvey Specter. But his fight purses didn't match that lifestyle. Not even close. So how did it all happen? Tate claims it was business. But when pressed on what business, the answers start shifting faster than a crypto chart. Let's walk through the layers of Tate's wealth, starting with the darkest one. Tate once admitted that his first big business was an online webcam empire. Here's the version he tells. He started with one girlfriend, convinced her to do online chatting, then two, then 75. He said they would talk to lonely men online, and he'd collect half the earnings, or more. In his own words, "I ran a cam business that made millions." Now, pause. There's nothing illegal about adult webcam businesses in most countries, but the way he talks about it, that's where things get sketchy. He's admitted to manipulating some of the women, said he romanced them into working for him. Some later claimed they were lied to, coerced, or even emotionally abused. There are even legal investigations tied directly to this era. And while the webcam money explains some of the early wealth, it doesn't explain the sheer scale. This wasn't made 100K and bought a car money. It was bought a villa in Romania and installed a cigar room money. But the cam business dried up, or at least Tate stopped talking about it, which brings us to his other businesses. Tate has repeatedly claimed that he owns multiple casinos in Romania. But here's the thing. Nobody can find records of those casinos. No official names. No licenses under his name. No photos of grand openings. No press coverage. Nothing. He once said he made a deal with a mafia-connected casino boss to open a competing chain. Sounds like the plot of John Wick 6, Bucharest Drift. But here's why this matters. Casinos are the oldest money laundering trick in the book. You own a casino. You pretend someone walked in, played roulette, lost 100 grand. Boom. Clean money. Now, we're not saying that's what Tate is doing. But when your business is totally unverifiable, in a country with weak financial oversight, and you talk about mafia connections in interviews, people are going to connect the dots. even if they're wrong. Especially when you brag about making $1 million a month in cash. Now this is where the money really started stacking. Tate started Hustlers University, a digital course, a school where Tate promised to teach you how to get rich. Crypto, copywriting, freelancing, dropshipping, you name it. Except he didn't actually teach it. He hired others to run the Discord groups. He just yelled motivational quotes and filmed himself driving. But here's where the genius kicks in. His affiliate program. To promote the course, Tate gave out custom links to users. If you brought in more students, you got a cut. Some even earned 5 figures a month through their referrals. The result? Thousands of Tate clips reposted on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. All pushing Hustlers University. All monetized, all driving traffic. People weren't buying a course, they were buying a fantasy. Fast money, fast cars, and the feeling that yelling into a webcam might actually change your life. At its peak, $10 to $15 million a month in revenue. But again, no business filings, no clear profit breakdowns, and when it eventually shut down, no refunds, just radio silence. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far and like the other investigations we've done, please subscribe to support the channel. From rising stars to suspicious MMA fighters, we dive deep every single week. So hit subscribe and let us know in the comments who we should investigate next. But we're still not done, because when Tate's cash cow dried up, he just rebranded. He launched the real world. Essentially, Hustlers University with a different name and more mystery. Same promises, same matrix talk, same affiliate mechanics, but this time, even more closed off. Less transparency, more exclusivity, and the price went up. Because in the Tate universe, secrecy equals value. Then there's the war room. This is the VIP room of Tate's empire. Joining costs somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000. Nobody knows what you actually get. Some say it's mentorship. Others say it's just a private group chat with ego lifts. And some believe it's a loyalty test. Pay to join, and now you're part of the inner circle. But here's the sketchy part. No verified testimonials, no breakdown of what's taught, just vibes, cigars, and dramatic voiceovers. So let's take stock. We have webcam millions, alleged casino income, digital courses disguised as elite academies, private clubs with no receipts, and yet no public company filings. No official tax records, no clear investment trail, just a lifestyle that looks like success and a narrative that sells that success as the product. Here's a thought no one dares say out loud. What if Tate isn't even the real boss? What if he's just the loud, shiny front for someone in the shadows? A silent partner, a quiet investor, maybe even a whole network of wealthy, unknown people. Because think about it, the lifestyle, the production value, the jet fuel alone, that's not just hustle money. That's a whole lotta money. And Tate, he's the perfect face, charismatic, polarizing, ex-kickboxing champ, and best of all, expendable. But his risk is big. If things go south, Tate takes the fall. The backers, they vanish. No lawsuits, no headlines, just another viral downfall while the true players reload. Maybe Tate's not playing chess. Maybe he's the pawn. The king's still off camera, and he's got way deeper pockets. I feel like this happens more often than we know. Ask Tate how he got rich today, and the answer changes based on the podcast. Sometimes it's crypto, sometimes it's casinos, sometimes it's just being smart. But there's never a breakdown. No numbers. No companies named, no founders tagged, just smoke, mirrors, and Bugatti selfies. So is Andrew Tate rich? Almost definitely. But is he 700 million rich? That's where things get murky. Because wealth on paper means nothing if the paper never shows up. And a man who brags about private jets, but hides the boarding pass, he's always going to raise questions. So what's the final verdict? Andrew Tate might be the smartest marketer of our time, or he might be the world's best paid magician. Either way, he's mastered the one skill that always pays, which is getting people to believe there's a secret and that he's the only one who knows it. And maybe that's worth more than money itself. Let us know in the comments. Is Tate a real businessman or something more suspicious? Check our YouTube channel for more stories like this. The ones that dig deeper, ask the uncomfortable questions, and follow the money when things stop adding up. Don't forget to subscribe to see our next investigations. And make sure to tell us in the comments, who should we investigate next? See you next time. Peace.